Good morning, students. Hope all are fine and safe. And let us continue today's class. And we are discussing about chapter 4, organ and organ system in animals. Let us continue this class by today. So in the previous session, we discussed about this earthworm, the morphological features of earthworm, the general features of earthworm, as well as the morphological and the anatomical differences of these two earthworms. Clear? And let us go on few more details regarding this earthworm. So today we are supposed to discuss the anatomy of earthworm. So already we said, what do you mean anatomy? The study of internal structure of an organism is known as anatomy, right? So for earthworm, we are going to learn about the body wall and the digestive system, the respiratory system, as well as the circulatory system of earthworm. We have to discuss by today. The first one is body wall. So body wall in the sense as like our skin, right? So if you look at this earthworm, we could understand this nature of this skin of this earthworm, right? So how it will be look like, or how can we sense this one? The first point, it is very moist and very thin and soft and skinny as well as elastic in nature, right? So if you touch even, we can understand all these natures for the skin of this earthworm, right? Then if you look at this, picture of this earthworm body wall, we could understand there is many layers is there, right? So these layers is present in the body wall of this earthworm. So the first one they said, since it is mentioned the second point, it consists of cuticle, epidermis, muscle and coelom. So listen. So the outermost region of the skin is known as cuticle, right? And the second layer is known as epidermis. After epidermis, it consists of muscles. After muscle, inside it consists of the cavity is known as a coelom. Okay. So look at the picture now. The picture, the outermost layer is marked as cuticle, right? And the next layer is marked as epithelial cells. And the next layer is marked as circular muscle. Actually, there is two types of this muscle is there for this earthworm. One is circular muscle, another one is longitudinal muscle. So first layer circular muscle is there and the innermost region longitudinal muscle is there. Now after the muscle, of course, inside the cavity is there. The cavity is known as coelom, right? Okay. Then epidermis consists of supporting cells, gland cells, basal cells as well as the sensory cells. So look at the picture. In the second layer, we marked it as epithelial cells. So already we said epithelium means it's a covering, right? It is in the tissue area we learned. So these epithelial cells consist of what are the special cells again? So that is supporting cells, gland cells, basal cells. Can you watch this? Gland cells. Mucus gland is one of the gland cells, right? Basal cell is at the bottom. Then sensory cells also present in this epidermis layer, right? Okay. A spacious body cavity called coelom is seen between the body wall and alimentary canal. Of course, already we know where will be the cavity of the body. So it is present between the outer wall and the alimentary canal. So between these two only there will be the cavity, right? So that cavity is known as coelom. So here we have marked till this muscles. So after the muscle actually the cavity will be there, coelom will be there, right? Then This coelom consists of coelomic fluid. So the coelom is filled with the fluid substance is known as a coelomic fluid. So it serves as a hydrostatic skeleton. So already we have discussed about this hydrostatic skeleton in the second chapter even. So this is supporting this fluid, and also it is supporting for the movement of this earthworm. So that's why hydro means water in nature. So that's why it is mentioned as hydrostatic skeleton, right? So coelomic fluid. So as we said, the coelom is filled with the coelomic fluid, right? And let us see this, what is the nature of the coelomic fluid. So as we discussed now, it serves as a hydrostatic skeleton. It is performing like a skeletal system for this earthworms, hence it is helping for this movement or locomotion, right? The second one, the nature of this fluid consists of the cells known as coelomocytes. The coelom, inside the coelom, it consists of cells. The name of the cell is coelomocytes. Okay, and what is the role of these coelomocytes? It play a major role in regeneration. Regeneration means if there is any tissues damage in the body, it will resynthesize again. It will be regenerated. Okay, and it is helping for immunity, for protecting the body from the microorganisms, and it is helping for wound healing, right? It is healing these wounds also because of this regeneration process. If there is a wound and the tissue may damage there, so the new cells will be produced there and the wound will be healed. Okay, then this coelomic fluid is milky and alkaline in nature. So it is milky substance, like a milky substance. Then it is alkaline in nature, means the pH level is more than this 7, right? So that is known as alkaline. If the pH level is below 7, it is known as acidic in nature, right? So this coelomic fluid is alkaline in nature. Okay, then it consists of the following cells. So coelomocytes, the commonly we said the cells. What are the types of cell is there in the coelomic fluid, right? The first cell is granulocytes, the next one amoebocytes, the third one mucocytes, and the fourth one leukocytes. This is the four type of cells is present in the coelomic fluid. Okay, so let us go on. This next system is the digestive system, right? So the digestive system is so simple, and it commences from the first segment and with the end with this last segment, right? So already we said the earthworms are made up of these segments, repeated units, metameres, right? And here the digestive system is one of this long alimentary canal. It commences from the first segment and it ends in this last segment, anus, right? Okay, so let us see what are these important parts are present in this digestive system, right? So now we are going to learn about this structure of this alimentary canal of earthworm, right? So, and physiology means how it functions, how the digestion takes place, or how the digestive process will be there. So those things we will learn as this physiology, right? Here we are going to learn about the structure of this alimentary canal, right? Okay, so as we said, it starts from the first segment as a mouth. So mouth is situated in the first segment, right? And the next one, this mouth is leading as a buccal cavity. So can you watch this figure? And the first segment there is a mouth is marked, and the second segment it is leading as a buccal cavity. Buccal cavity is not marked there, even though we can write the mouth is leading as a buccal cavity and it is present in the first and second segments. Okay, then the mouth opens in the next region as a pharynx. Pharynx, and that is known as muscular pharynx. The pharynx is present in the segment number 3 and 4. Okay, so surrounding this pharynx, it consists of pharyngeal glands, or it is known as a salivary glands. Either pharyngeal glands or salivary glands. Fine? Okay. Then after this pharynx, it is leading as one short tube. Can you watch here? That is known as esophagus. It is present in this segment number 5. Right? Okay. Then this esophagus is leading to the next region is known as gizzard. Is located in this segment number 6. So the role of this gizzard is it is helping in the grinding process. Since this earthworm is eating this food, or it is collecting the food from the soil, it is surviving in the soil. So of course it may take the food along with the soil. So everything, the soil and leaves, particles, everything has to be grinded very well in the gizzard region, right? So it is helping for the grinding process and decaying the leaves, right? Then this gizzard is leading as intestine. So the intestine is commencing from the 7th segment and till the last segment it will be continued. Okay, then can you watch this intestine there? The intestine consists of this some dorsal side of this intestine consists of some foldings. So these foldings are known as typhlosoal. Typhlosoal, right? And so these foldings or typhlosoal consist of blood vessels. So in this area only the digested food will be absorbed. Is it clear? So that is the role of this typhlosoal. So what is gizzard will be the question as a 2 mark, and what is the role of this typhlosoal will be the question as a 2 mark, right? Okay. So after this nutrients is absorbed from this typhlosoal region, and this waste, digestive waste will be forming as worm casting. The digestive waste is known as worm casting, or it is known as vermicast. So this vermicast will be eliminated out through this anus, right? So that is this digestive structure of this digestive system in earthworms. So here the salivary glands and this intestines consist of some glandular cells. It is secreting some substances. So all those things is helping for this digestion process. So during digestion the macromolecules will be converted in the simplest molecules. Fine. So that's all about this digestive system. The next one is regarding this respiratory system, right? And it is one of these invertebrates, and here that's why there is no specific respiratory organs such as lungs or gills is not present for these earthworms, right? And so how could it respire then? Of course the respiration takes place through the skin, right? So already we said the skin is so moist and soft, right? So through this skin only it used to transfer this oxygen and the carbon dioxide by diffusion process. So what do you mean diffusion process? The movement of these molecules from higher concentration to the lower concentration is known as diffusion process, right? So here one of the picture is marked as actually earthworm, and the one part of this earthworm skin is elaborated there, and there they said it is, and the skin outermost region is this wet environment, and it is covering this body also. Then in this wall there will be some capillaries, right? The blood capillaries will be there, and there through these capillaries oxygen and the carbon dioxide supply will be going on. So the oxygen is moving inside the capillaries, meanwhile the carbon dioxide is moving outside the capillaries through the process diffusion method. Understand? So this is the simplest respiratory process takes place in earthworms. And this is the next system. It is a circulatory system. Of course, we know circulatory system is a transporting system, and the blood is as a main transporting medium to transport the substances throughout the body. Either it's a nutrients or it is an oxygen or carbon dioxide, or the substances should be eliminated through the excretory process. Whatever it is, it has to be transported through the circulatory system, right? So the circulation process will be takes place by the circulatory system, and the circulatory system also so simple for this earthworms. And let us see what are these regions are there in the circulatory system. Okay, so the first point, there is a closed type circulation we could see in this earthworm, because there is a heart and there is a blood vessels and the capillaries are present for this circulatory system. Of course, so hope we may learn about this closed as well as this open type of circulatory system in the previous classes, right? Okay. Then the second one, it consists of longitudinal vessels. So if you look at this picture, we can understand. Can you watch this red color tubes? That is actually this longitudinal vessels. So this blood vessel which is there in the upper side is dorsal vessel, and the blood vessels which is there in the lower side is this ventral vessel, right? So dorsal region, dorsal vessel, dorsal longitudinal vessel. In the ventral side, whatever it is marked is ventral vessel, or we can say as ventral longitudinal vessels, right? Okay. Then the next point, paired valves are there in dorsal vessels. So dorsal vessel we said now, in the dorsal vessel there is a paired valves are there. So these valves are absent in this ventral vessels. So what do you mean the role of these valves? Actually, can you watch this arrow marks there in the dorsal blood vessels? This arrow mark is there from this right side to the left side. Am I right? It is moving in one direction, right? And when the blood is moving in one direction, it should not move as a backward flow. It should not move in a backward direction. So this backward direction is prevented by these valves. Okay, it is preventing this backward flow. So here the blood is moving only in one direction. It is moving forward towards the head region. Understand? Okay. Then lateral heart or commissural vessel is present there. That is a very important area. So can you watch some circular shaped blood vessels are there, which is connecting this dorsal vessel to the ventral vessel. So that circular or cyclical vessels are there. Those vessels are known as either lateral hearts or commissural vessels, right? So these lateral hearts or commissural vessel is not present throughout this this body of this earthworm. It is present only in the segments number 6 to 13. Only in the segment 6 to 13 this commissural vessel or lateral heart is present, which is connecting this dorsal vessel to the ventral vessel. So the blood is moving from this dorsal vessel to the ventral vessel through these commissural vessels. And when it comes to this ventral vessel, again it will divide as a capillaries. Then this blood will be supplied through the body, throughout the body through these capillaries. Fine? Okay. The next one, blood glands. So the blood glands are located in this anterior region of the segments. So anterior region in the sense where this head region is there. So those regions we can say as an anterior region, right? So in the anterior region it consists of this blood glands. The role of these blood glands are, it is secreting this blood cells and hemoglobin, right? So the blood cells are secreted from the blood glands as well as the hemoglobin also. So because of this presence of this hemoglobin, the blood is in reddish in color, right? So this is the simple circulatory system which occur in this earthworm, right? So we have learned regarding this, the body wall of this earthworm, the digestive system of this earthworm, the circulatory system of the earthworm, as well as this respiratory system of this earthworm also. Fine. So hope we can wind it here, and let us go on few assignments regarding today's portion. Fine. So the assignments are: the first question, what is the role of coelomocytes? So what is the role of coelomocytes? It is helping for regeneration and immunity process, as well as for wound healing process also, right? Next question, name the cells of coelomic fluid. So what are the cells are there in the coelomic fluid? That is granulocytes, amoebocytes, mucocytes, as well as leukocytes. Fine. Third question, what is the role of gizzard? So gizzard is this region which is present in the digestive system of this earthworm. Its major role is for grinding process. It is grinding the soil as well as this organic substances which is taken by this earthworm, right? And next question, what are lateral hearts or commissural vessels? So these lateral hearts or commissural vessels are present in the circulatory system of this earthworm, especially in this segment number 6 to 13. So overall 8 pairs of these lateral hearts are there. That point also you have to note down. 8 points. 8 pairs. Okay. So this is connecting the dorsal vessel to the ventral vessel, and through this blood circulation takes place. Clear? So the first 4 which we discussed will be asked as either 2 mark or 3 mark questions, and the next 3 will be as a 5 mark questions. Okay. So the first one, explain the digestive system of earthworm. So the overall digestive system of earthworm you have to write with the diagram, right? Okay. Then next question, explain the respiratory process of this earthworm. So here diagram is not given, but if it is asked as a 5 mark question, whatever is given you have to write as it is, right? Okay. Then the third question, explain the circulatory system of earthworm. So this also the circulatory system structure you have to write with the diagram, right? So, and hope you will look into the pages which we are sending and go through the pages and note down the answer for these questions. And this 1 mark questions or extra questions also you can go with that. And please note down this 5 mark question also and keep on learning. And please watch all these videos, keep touch with us, and so next class we can meet with this next topic in this chapter. Fine. So until that, please stay at home and be safe, and please pray very well. Fine. Thank you.